Annyeong Chingwade. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh, and I've been away for a while. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. I lost my job several months ago and had a lot going on, a lot of personal challenges, and dealing with a lot of things, and just have not been back. And so um, I'm happy to be back and reacting to one of my favorite artists on the channel, Sohyung. Um, I went back and looked at a lot of the suggestions that have come in from all of you. And one of the ones that you spoke highly of is Mona Lisa. Um, Many of you suggested that I cover a lot of these Masked Singer performances. And I was leery at first because if you've watched my reactions on my channel, you know that I look at the expressions on the artists' faces, and that's part of the overall experience for me. When they bring that emotion and the feeling to their facial expressions and all of that, that really brings power to the performance, in my opinion. But um, you all said that I'd be missing out if I didn't react to some of these Masked Singer performances, and so um, I wanted to do another one of these. And the thing I will say about Sohyang that is unique is that she can bring the feeling through and touch you with the performance without having to show her face at all, because of the power that comes through her voice and um, her ability to just sing from the heart and really feel the lyric and tell the story and touch people through the music. So if anybody can do it um, and provide an impactful and powerful performance with the mask on, it's her. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings to this. Um, so what I'll do is I'll start out the way I always do with my reactions. If you're new to my channel, the way that I do things is I read through the lyrics um, at the beginning, and then I kind of talk about, okay, here's what I feel like the message of the song is, and what the songwriter is trying to portray. Um, with the message of the song and the story they're telling. And then from there, I go into the reaction. So if you're not into that part of my reaction, feel free to skip forward. I do create the chapters on my YouTube channels for that reason, so that you can just bypass this part of the reaction. So with that, those who are interested, I'm going to bring this up. And um, so this is the information that I found on the lyrics for this song. Um, From what I found, the lyricist is Park Jong-ho, and the music was written by Cho Young-pil. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And these are the lyrics that I have here. So, even if I give you everything I have, can I still not hold your heart? You with no smile, you are Mona Lisa. With eyes of longing, must I only look at you and turn away? You with no tears, you are Mona Lisa. Keeping only memories, leaving feels too regretful. Whispering countless words, I stay by your side, but it's all in vain. Truly, can you not take my love, my Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa? I hate that kind of expression. Truly, can you not accept my love? You are Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Because of you, I am sad. Then it repeats. Keeping only memories, leaving feels too regretful. Whispering countless words, I stay by your side, but it's all in vain. And then the chorus repeats. Um, and then the chorus repeats again. Truly, can you not accept my love? You should know my love, my love, my love. Truly, can you not take my love? My Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Because of you, I'm sad, Mona Lisa. So when I was trying to better understand kind of the meaning behind the lyrics in this song, what I found when I researched it was that it's kind of this unrequited love, and I think it centers around the Mona Lisa, the famous painting, because the woman in that painting has kind of this, bland expression on her face. Um, and so they've incorporated that into this song to kind of say, you know, make the person that the singing the song is reaching out to and trying to understand, is hard to read. They have kind of this, they don't have a lot of expression. They don't have a lot of feeling behind what their face is communicating. And so the person singing is like, hey, I can't read you. I can't understand, um, how you feel, or any of that. Right. So I think that's part of the struggle that's described in these lyrics, is the person singing the song just trying to really continue to reach out and better understand this person they love, and they're just having trouble really reading them and understanding how they feel about them coming back. So let's see if anything else stands out here. Let's see. Whispering countless words, right? So it's like they've had this time together. They've had a lot of words together. They've had experiences together, but still there remains this kind of, chasm between them, um, where there's not this closeness, and the person singing just can't understand how the other person feels. You with no smile, with eyes of longing, must I only look at you and turn away? So it's like they look at them to try and get some type of gratification or reciprocation of their love, and none of that comes back. And so that's when the turning away kind of tells me, oh, you know, I can't bear the pain of looking into those expressionless eyes, and so I'm going to turn away. That's kind of my take on it. So if you have any other thoughts or understandings about the lyrics in this song, feel free to put those in the comments. I always love to learn more about what the meaning is, and I know a lot of you are devout So Young fans, so you probably know a lot about this song and the other songs that she's sung. So feel free to elaborate and give me your understanding or your interpretation of what the lyrics mean. With that, this is the video that I found. So I think what may have happened with this particular a video of this performance is that I think it got shut down on YouTube. It got blocked, because I couldn't really find like the original performance in its like original YouTube form. Hopefully I didn't just miss it and there's an actual video of this performance out there that I missed. I found one that was only like a minute long or something like that, with the comments kind of saying, oh, a bunch of parts got cut out. So this is the one I found. It looks like it's kind of tied to her channel, or brought in differently through this, slimmer format on the middle of the screen. So hopefully that's the best option available out there, because that's the one I'm going to use. And I did see one or two other thumbnails of other reactors where they used this version, so it should be okay. With that, I'll jump in the reaction. If you are new to my channel, or if you haven't already, if you could please click on the subscribe and the little notifications bell to receive notifications of my new reactions, which I will be putting out now. I'm back on track and I want to get a lot more active on my channel. So I've said that before, but I really do want to try to get back on track with my reactions, and I do enjoy it, and think I'm in a better place now where I can come on here and do some reactions. So with that, let's jump in here. Let me get this queued up. Let's see what Sohyang brings to this. These must be like the judges, the people that have to like figure out who it is under the mask, right? Hopefully the volume is balanced out here. See, if I was one of the judges, I'd be like, yeah, this is so young. I would know immediately.
그대는 모나리자 추억만을 간직한 채 떠나기는 너무 아쉬워 끊임없이
Hear the emotion in her voice.
속삭이면 그대 곁에 머물지만 있더라.
Like I was saying, I mean, the emotion is there. It's like you can feel that she's singing the words from her heart and they mean something to her. You know, she's thought it through. She's figured out, okay, what does this mean to me? You know, how am I going to communicate the power of this lyric and the story that it's meant to tell to the audience and bring my heart completely into it, right? I mean, another performer like that I love is Lara Fabian, right? I mean, she's very similar that way as far as like really just putting her whole heart into each performance and bringing like all of that emotion and power to each performance. And these are just incredible artists that can do this. Let me go back here. The resonance.
정녕 그대는 나의 사랑을 받아줄 수가 없나 나의 모나리자 그런 표정은 싫어 정녕 그대는 나의 사랑을 받아줄 수가 없나 그대는 모나리자 나를 슬프게 하네.
See this guy cheering? Every So Young reaction that I've done on my channel, I'm always noticing like the crowd, and I love to see this stuff, you know, where like people are fired up or they're emotional or they're singing along, whatever those things are that show how much they're engaged and really into the performance. And look at this guy, he's like, you know, loving it. So she could sing anything and make it powerful and bring the feeling to it. It's just amazing. She's just elite.
그대는 모나리자 나를 슬프게 하네 모나리자 안타까운 시선으로 바라보다 돌아서야 하는 걸까 눈물이 없는 그대는 모나리자
Sorry, bad spot here. This is definitely a different feel from what I thought it was going to be. It's more like upbeat from like just reading the lyrics. It didn't seem like it was going to be this like upbeat type song. It seemed like it was going to be more kind of, you know, slower, more like a ballad type, heartfelt, you know, more emotive type, you know, slower song type. Yeah. So that this does surprise me that it's this upbeat, but song's not over yet either. So, but she's singing it away. I mean, she's doing an incredible job, and it's a powerful performance, and she can mix it up. I've said this before about her, but she has the ability to, and this is something that I've learned as a vocalist to be able to do, where you can sing with full vibrato, where it's like, ah, or you can just kind of sing where you strip the vibrato away. Where you're like, oh, you know, it's really hard to do that. You have to kind of apply, you know, different mechanisms and apply different amounts of air and change the way that you're kind of doing things in the background, kind of like with the tongue, and there's different things with the larynx and things like that. But she has full control over that, where she, is able to come out with full resonance and have that vibrato present, and then strip that back during the course of even just a phrase. She'll switch it up or within a note. So it's definitely obvious to me that she has full control over her vocal mechanism, no question, to be able to do that at will, basically. Let me go back a little bit.
그대는 모나리자
See there, just with full,
그대는 모나리자
but that's straight. There's very little vibrato on that. See?
깜찍한 채 떠나기는 너무 싫어 끊임없이 속삭이며 그대 곁에 머물지만 이토록 아쉬워
Oh,
작년 그대는 나의 사랑을 받아줄 수가 없나 나의 모나리자 모나리자 그런 표정은 싫어 그대는 사랑을
what lends itself well to this type of a performance where she's got a mask on is her emotiveness, like with her entire body. And even on my very first reaction of Sohyang, Arirang alone, I remember commenting on that aspect of her performance, and that is that she's gesturing, she's walking around, she's fluid, she's in motion. If you were to have somebody with the mask on and they were just standing there and not really moving or doing anything, then that would really take away from the performance, because you're losing out on having the facial expression, which is bringing a lot of the emotiveness and stuff to the performance. And you're also missing out on any type of outward expression through the gestures as well. So the fact that she's so emotive with her body and moves around the stage, and which is also good for you vocally, by the way, if you can do that. I'm in a men's choir, Luke's men's chorus in the Utah area, and our director is amazing. But he talks about that sometimes. He's like, you guys are stiff and you're not connecting with the sound as much, and he'll tell us to kind of move around or get down in a squatting position to kind of connect our cores and do different things like that. So your body and what you do with your gestures and your positioning and moving your arms and things like that, keeping everything loose, it's very helpful to a performance, not only vocally but also obviously to bring that power and energy to the performance as well. And she's just awesome at it. Guitar.
정녕 그대는 나의 사랑을 받아줄 수가 없나 나의 모나리자
Guitar.
모나리자 그런 표정은 싫어 정녕 그대는 나의 사랑을 받아줄 수가 없나 You better know my love, know my love, my love 정녕 그대는 나의 사랑을 받아줄 수가 없나
Sorry, I'll rewind. I kind of paused at a bad spot there, but wow. If you didn't know that this was Sohyang up to that point and you heard her hit those notes, then because it's like there's only a handful of female performers on the planet that can do what she's doing, basically. So, I mean, your list gets pretty narrow as she starts doing some of this stuff. to be able to come with that much power and control in that high a register. It's like, because a lot of the singers that are going to try to hit those notes are not, it's not going to be that fluid. It's not going to be that connected and powerful and resonant and um, effortless. So you're going to limit that group that can do that very, very quickly. So they've got to know who this is. I've got to go back really quick and listen to that again. That was crazy.
그런 표정은 지나 천년 흘러는 내 사랑에 받아줄 수가 You better know my love
It's not hard for her. You can tell just listening to it that that's not hard for her.
받아줄 수가 없나 나의 모나리자 모나리자 나를 슬프게 하네 모나리자
She's dying to take that mask off. You can tell. Man. Well, and the way she ended it as well, like she ended it similar to the way she did Aridong Alone, right? Where she does this like the fist pump right as she's cutting off the note at the end. She did that in that same in Aridong Alone. So yeah. Wow. Let me see if there's anything in the last. Oh, yeah, I think it's over. Okay. Well, this is where it's like Sohyang reminds me of Dimash, because every time I watch one of her performances, I'm blown away by her. Just as much as I think I'm prepared to listen to her sing another masterpiece, once I hear her perform again, she does something to just blow me away, and or reminds me how incredible she is, and then it's just wow. And again, it's effortless for her, right? Nothing she did during that performance was hard for her. I'm really curious to like, I'd love to just spend time with her and go through her range and figure out, okay, is there a time in the upper part of her range where, I mean, I understand that she's got a limit to her upper range, and then she'll go into her, her true head voice falsetto type area. At some point, and you've heard it, like in Arirang Alone, she does that at one or two parts. But I'm just curious to see if when she's really supporting and applying all those skills she has, how high she can go and how much power she can bring up to a high level. Just to kind of see what her range looks like that way. But yeah, and I mean, beyond the range for her, it's as impressive as that is. There's so much more to her, obviously. I mean, she's just such a phenomenal person, such a fighter, and shows such courage with the challenges that she's faced in her life with cancer and everything, and the motive she has behind why she performs, and that she just wants to bring joy and inspire people. I mean, it's just so admirable, and she's just such an amazing person. And that's part of why I love her as well, because for me, it's like it's about what they stand for, not just about how good a performer they are, but where is their heart and what do they bring to the music that's special. And if you are somebody special and you have life experience that allows you to bring feeling and emotion and love and those courage and those aspects of who you are into the song, it brings that much more power into the performance. And I think that's part of what makes her such a powerful performer, is that she has that deep well, that deep reservoir of all of that she's experienced that she can tap into and bring into the performance. And so it just comes with more power than other artists. Um, yeah, and then she's got a phenomenal instrument and incredible control and power and versatility and all of that. So um, yeah, so that was pretty crazy. That was an amazing performance. I love that one. That was really, and she showed a lot of different textures in that performance as well. That one little section there where she kind of was singing more, softly and um, with more feeling and stuff like that. That one little section, and then all of a sudden she just takes off with the super powerful ending there. Um, so yeah, it's another phenomenal performance by Sohyang, and I'm glad that I'm getting to see more of her performances because, as I've mentioned before on my channel, I don't watch other things or listen to Sohyang outside of what I react to on the channel. It's not like I'm going and finding her music and listening to it on the side. That's part of why I'm incentivized to continue to do more reactions of her so I can add to my playlist and be able to listen to some of these songs, on repeat and all of that. So thank you for your patience in my journey. Be sure to let me know in the comments what other performances um, that you suggest that I react to. Be sure to check the playlist. I have playlists for each of my artists. As soon as I do 2 reactions to an artist, I create a playlist, and then you could go in and see for instance, all the So Young reactions are in one playlist, and then you can just go to one place to access my reactions to your favorite artists. So be sure to go through my playlist before you make suggestions to make sure I haven't already reacted to something. But if I haven't, then please let me know um, what you would like me to react to, and I'll line that up for my next So Young reaction. Um, and what I end my reactions with is something I need to actually remember and live by myself, because I've been kind of in a dark place lately, and been dealing with some hard things, and so but I know that as I reach out to all of you and I strive to kind of serve you and say these words to you, that it will help me as well. But I'll end with what I normally say at the end of my videos, which is that you need to know that you are special, you are loved, and you can accomplish your dreams. And sometimes it's hard, but all of those 3 things are very true. And I hope that you are blessed in your lives and that you have supportive and loving and encouraging people around you to lift you up and support you. So thanks again for your patience, and take care.